Hello there. So, I've been getting asked a lot of questions about the narcissist and how we should respond to them. Let me first start by saying how we can tell if we've been dealing with a narcissist. For one, we'll have lack of confidence. You may exhibit excessive perfectionism, self-doubt, self-blame, difficulty feeling spontaneous, difficulty trusting or getting close to others, difficulty asserting your own self, difficulty choosing healthy relationships. You may end up with an abusive partner or an emotionally abusive spouse or even friend. You're going to have a really harsh inner critic talking to you all the time, more so talking crap on you. And you're going to definitely go through a lot of emotional turmoil, or even to a point of numbness, where it feels like all of your vitality and energy is just drained, or being stolen almost. How do you spot who your narcissist is, who you're dealing with? One test would be feel it out in their presence. Narcissists are known for being energy vampires. And when I say energy vampire, I don't mean the good kind that could give you energy as well. I mean the parasitic kind who only feed off of others to give them a constant supply of energy. If you go around somebody and you just automatically feel like a dark cloud above you, or you feel like you're walking on eggshells that are burning hot, or if you just feel tired and uninterested in the things that you're normally interested in, then you're probably dealing with somebody who's toxic. If you feel like you're always trying to gain somebody's respect or gain somebody's approval, no matter how hard you try, then you're probably dealing with a narcissist. They lack empathy. Well, according to research, they lack empathy, and they tend to see people as objects for their gratification. They have the constant sense of needing to win, to feel superior, and to be more than anything else around. They need to be the center of attention. That's because they lack energy as well, which is why they have to feed off yours. And this is where it gets a little bit difficult, for me at least. I used to be a self-proclaimed and a diagnosed narcissistic tendency. And now, current days, I can't even fathom thinking the same way I did back then. There was nothing wrong with the way I thought back then. It all made complete perfect sense. I couldn't imagine back then thinking the way I do now. But that took a conscious choice of mine, and a lot of growth over the years, and research. And what I've come to realize is that narcissists are the poster child of somebody with psychological issues. Narcissists are the poster child of somebody with psychological issues that could be helped. They are the poster child for a child who was let down by somebody that they trusted. Somebody treated them this way. So they survived by becoming this cold and hardened, cruel individual. And oftentimes, they don't understand the real relationship concept. Relationships are resources, because that's what they feel like they are to other people. That's what they were taught. You only know what you were taught. So, can they ever change? Yes. Yes. I soundly believe that, because I did. But I think it takes having a very strong person to help them, or a very strong independence in learning about themselves. Can you beat the narcissist at their own game? Sure, by caring about them, but by setting boundaries. I think that the most sad, the most disappointing thought lately is that everybody out there wants to put up all these videos, all these articles talking about how evil the narcissist is and how we should destroy them. But what people are missing is that they've already been destroyed. That's why they're so defensive. I mean, we talk about how they make us lose our self-worth. They have to belittle people to make themselves feel like they have any worth. How we lose our if we become inner critics and perfectionists towards ourselves, they constantly feel the need to prove their perfectionism to everybody else because they can't prove it to themselves. We talk about how people are disposable to them and how they don't build real relationships. But look at what the result is. They build a relationship based off of what they think a relationship should be. They're hurt inside. And in turn, the relationship wants to destroy them. I wouldn't trust people either. Can you imagine how detrimental it would be to come to the conclusion one day that you are nothing to anybody except for a piece of shit? After fighting every single day to prove yourself that you are something. I know how it feels. What are the worst things you can do in dealing with narcissists? Try to hurt them more than they're hurting you. They're already that much hurt from somebody else before you. If you do the same thing to them, you're just another notch on their belt that'll make them worse. So don't try to play, because you're playing with somebody's real mental state. If you can't deal with them, then move on. Break up with them, move out, cut contact, whatever. Save yourself. And if you do choose to stay around, then know what you're going up against. But know more so why it is even existent. Find out. Do your research. Care if you're going to stay and say that you care. Don't play the victim. Take the lead. Educate. They aren't wrong. They're misunderstood. They're misrepresented. And they're definitely mistaken in their ways. But it's not up to you to decide if the way that they were taught and think is wrong or right. It's up to you to decide what you can tolerate and how long you want to tolerate it, and then be honest in the meantime. And actually care if you're going to be there to care. Be the person who breaks the cycle. If you reject, choose understanding. If you were rejected, choose acceptance.
your shame, choose compassion. Be the person you needed when you were hurting, not the person who hurt you. Vow to be better than you're broken, to heal instead of becoming bitter, so you can act from your heart and not out of your pain. Be the person